Right, time now to meet a group of knitters who are creating Gloucestershire's biggest vegetable. The needles are clicking away in Tewkesbury, knitting a beanstalk for the local production of Jack and the Beanstalk to be held at the Roses Theatre. It's all part of the You're Welcome project, which has been set up by the Gloucestershire charity, the Barnwood Trust. It seeks to enable local people to get involved, make new friends, or learn a new skill. So how are things going with the Beanstalk? Jane Griffith is a community builder.
It's been brilliant. The response has been fantastic. The Beanstalk is already hanging around the foyer of the theatre, and we're hoping to add plenty to it to sort of bring it up the stairs. We've had knitters all around town. We've had people who've dropped knitting in saying they've not knitted for years, but they thought they could manage some of this. We've just had a terrific response from the community.
How many knitters have you got? I mean, we've got quite a few here, and we'll be talking to a couple in a minute, but how many have we got here then?
Well, we've got 7 or 8 here today knitting, and there are plenty out there knitting. There are knitting stations around the town. I've walked into shops and found people knitting for me for the Beanstalk, and there are people out there quietly doing it and just dropping it off at the foyer.
Now, I was asked if I put my knitting needles along. The answer to that is no, although my mother was a very good knitter. Joining me, first of all, is Mo Peters. Mo, what are you knitting?
Leaves for the Beanstalk.
How many have you done so far this morning?
Oh, not this morning. I've only just started. But I've done all those at home.
So why are you involved in all this then? Why do you enjoy doing this?
Well, it's just something to get me out and get me to meet people.
Did you know all the people here already?
No.
So how many of these are you hoping to knit all together?
Oh, gosh, I don't know. About 100, I expect, by the time we've finished.
What is it about knitting, then? As I said, my mum used to do it. What is it about knitting that you enjoy so much?
Well, I can sit and watch telly and knit as well at the same time.
Also joining me is Anne Brodie, also knitting away. What are you knitting?
Part of the Beanstalk.
How far have you got to go? Looks like you have a long way.
Yeah.
Now, knitting's very important to you, isn't it? Because you had a stroke.
Yes, that's right. And doing this, it's enabled me to use my hand, and it's done its job at the moment. So I'm quite pleased, and I enjoy the company. I look forward to it every week, you know.
Also, you're involved in other craft work as well, aren't you?
Yes, I go to Mosaic every Thursday morning, and I take it home and do it at home, so it's either knitting or mosaic doing it, and I keep myself occupied.
Have you been knitting all your life, or is this something you've just taken up again?
Taken up again. I haven't done it for about 40 years, and it started bringing memories back from when I was younger.
And it's really helping you, isn't it? I can see that, because you were telling me just now.
Yes, it is. It's doing me the world of good.
Marvellous stuff. That's just two of the knitters. Now, away from the knitting, we're also meeting now with Alan Mitten. Just explain, Alan, what you do then in the neighbourhood and in the community.
Well, basically, I'm a resident in Tewkesbury, and I've got a vision that I like to involve all the community in all projects and forward going, just to make that sort of happen, you know, and I feel that is a very important part of today's society, to try and involve it.
Now, there's one particular project I know you're involved in, and that's a garden project which is hopefully going to be involving people from the local community and neighbourhood.
Yeah, well, what that's about, it's basically a daycare centre for people who suffer with dementia, and I've been invited down there through Jane Griffith, who's a community builder, basically to use their facility of a greenhouse, which we can use to grow them some plants, flowers and everything that they can use in their pots and planters they've got on their veranda, but also then we can use the facility of the greenhouse for a community allotment project that I'm involved in on Queen's Road in Tewkesbury. So it's a double effect thing that we can do, but again, it's trying to bring some quality of life to the disabled in the community, which is very important and a passion of mine.
Now, all this is being organised, all this knitting and all these plans and all the stuff that Alan's hoping to do is all part of the work of the Barnwood Trust. Lucy Poulton is the Communications Manager for the Trust. How pleased are you? All these people are here clicking away, including, click, 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 yourself.
Yeah, including me. It's amazing. From a couple of weeks ago when we met with Jane, when she was talking about her vision for the knitting, to see people here today come together who've never met before, making new friends, new relationships, it's absolutely what Your Welcome's about.
So where do you go from here in terms of Tewkesbury? I mean, it's lovely meeting in the Roses, but obviously you've got to expand.
Yeah, onwards and upwards. Jane's out and about, Alan's out and about, meeting with people, connecting them, finding out about new projects, new passions, new skills, bringing groups, old groups, new groups together and making people better connected.
Finally, you're knitting. What are you actually knitting? What's your bit of the beanstalk?
I'm not sure what part it is. It's green, it's patterned, and I look forward to seeing where it appears on the grand beanstalk in a few weeks.
And I'll be meeting more Tewkesbury knitters in a few weeks. They knit the beanstalk for the Panto and the Roses Theatre. And if you'd like to get involved in Your Welcome, or just want more information, ring Lucy at the Barnwood Trust on 01452 634017, or log in to the new website www.yourwelcome.com. 01452 634017, or log in to www.yourwelcome.to.